2, world governments should conduct serious campaigns against smoking. So let's continue sentence by sentence. One sentence for you, one sentence for me.
Sure.
Okay?
Can I start? Yeah.
Sure, yes.
If you smoke and you still don't believe that there is a definite link between smoking and crucial troubles, heart disease, and lung cancer, then you are certainly deceiving yourself.
Okay. Uh, bronchial. It's not shit, it's
Bronchial.
kill, yes. Troubles, heart disease, and lung cancer, then you are certainly deceiving yourself. Yes, you're appeasing your conscience. That is actually mentioned in this unit. So if you have any question, just ask me. And yeah, it means that actually you are just not honest with yourself. So no one will accuse you of hypocrisy. Let us just say that you are suffering from a bad case of wishful thinking. So hypocrisy means
Hypocrisy means when somebody pretends to have a certain belief, and it's the opposite of sincerity.
yes, exactly. So you are dishonest, you are not integral.
Yeah,
And wishful thinking is just fantasy, not
yeah,
reasonable thinking. Okay,
exactly.
so continue.
This need not actually. This needn't make you too uncomfortable because you're in good company.
Uh-huh. Okay, this needn't make you. Needn't actually is used as a modal
Model
auxiliary.
verb.
Yes, and
Yeah,
it can be negated by itself. It doesn't need to be.
yeah,
It's not that normal, or you don't see this structure very often these days. You see,
okay. Oh, you mean it's not a good idea to use it in the writing? It's
it
not that.
is. It is because it shows that you know this structure, but for
Mhm.
example, on websites, you don't see this structure on the internet very much, because it is not that common
Yeah,
anymore. It is somehow too literary. Generally
yeah,
speaking, it says it doesn't need, or uh, it doesn't need to make you, or something like this. It is more popular these days. Okay,
yeah.
so when you are in good company, what is meant by that? Have my voice?
Sorry, I forgot to.
Uh-huh.
I forgot to put the control button.
Okay.
When you when you are in a good company, it means you have a lot of good people around yourself to
Mhm.
communicate with.
Okay, so whom does it refer to? I mean, what kind of people? Refer to those
Uh,
company, I mean.
Smokers. Yeah.
Yes. So
Here
you
means
are
smokers.
surrounded, very good, yeah. You're surrounded by other smokers, so misery loves company, and you won't be under the pressure of the dire consequences of smoking.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, whenever the subject of smoking and health is raised, the governments of most countries hear no evil, see no evil, and smell no evil. It means that they do not do anything about it. They don't conduct a serious campaign against it. They don't take any position. They don't show any reaction. You see?
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
please.
And admittedly, a few governments have taken timid measures. In Britain, for instance, cigarette advertising has been banned on television.
Hmm. Okay, admittedly means?
Uh, it has a synonym that I don't remember exactly right now, but it means that when you admit that something is right or you have done something wrong or
Mhm. Certainly, definitely.
yeah.
Mhm. A few governments have taken timid measures or actions, not courageous. In Britain, for instance,
Yeah.
cigarette advertising has been banned on television. So this is the the ultimate thing they have done.
Yeah.
hmm so, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. The conscience of the nation is appeased, while the population continues to puff its way to smoky, cancerous death. It means that again, actually, they are just fooling themselves, deceiving themselves. Appease means to pacify, to relax, while the
Does
population
it mean
just
alleviate, for example?
alleviate, yes, alleviate, pacify, or they just want to relax themselves, or
Yeah.
continues to puff its way to smoky, cancerous death. It's clear.
What does it
So,
mean, profits?
mhm. Puffy refers to just actually the act of smoking, when they inhale that poisonous gas or smoke and exhale it. They
Yeah.
puff it. You see, puff means exhale.
Uh-huh.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, please.
Don't have to look very far to find out why the official reactions to medical findings have been so lukewarm. Lukewarm.
Lukewarm.
Lukewarm. Lukewarm.
Yes. So you don't have to be to look very far to find out the official reactions to. Lukewarm means not very serious. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it means that actually they are not serious about. They don't react to it as much as it is required.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. So the answer is simply money. Tobacco is a wonderful commodity to tax. So commodity means productivity or production. So tobacco industry is a piece that you don't need to. Okay, tobacco is a wonderful commodity to tax, and so they can just make a fortune just through
Yeah.
taxation. Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
It's almost like tax on our daily bread. In tax revenue alone, the government of Britain collects enough from smokers to pay for its entire educational facilities.
hmm So you see, actually, it can help governments actually to take care of a lot of basic needs such as education. But at
Yeah.
what cost? You know, that is
Yeah.
another point that should be taken into account. Revenue means income, and the government of
Yeah.
Britain collects enough from smokers to pay for its entire educational facilities. Okay, do we have educational system or education system?
Educational system, I suppose.
hmm Both of them exist, but education system is more common.
Mhm.
Okay, so while is it my turn?
No, that's mine, I suppose.
Okay, so
Let me find it. Uh, oh, okay. So while the authorities point out ever so discreetly that the smoking may uh, conceivably be harmful, it doesn't do to shout too loudly about it.
Mm-hmm. So the authorities means.
Authorities mean people who are in charge.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the establishment.
Yeah,
Point out so discreetly means.
careful about what you do or what you say.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the smoking may conceivably means possibly be harmful. It doesn't do to shout too loudly about it. Again, actually, it refers to their lukewarmness or being lukewarm or
Yeah,
indifferent.
and it's a special structure, I suppose. It doesn't do to do
Yes,
something.
yes. As a matter of fact, the format of this book is rather literary, but I think actually, if you use these structures in your writings, actually it shows that you know them and you will get some credit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't do to shout. It means that it does not do anything to just take a position to that.
yeah.
Okay? So, this is surely the most short sighted policy you could imagine. Short sighted policy, so shallow minded, so let's
Yeah.
say nearsightedness of you, nearsighted of you.
Yeah.
To could imagine, and so continue, please.
And while money is eagerly collected in vast sums with one hand, it's paid out in increasingly vaster sums with the other.
Mm-hmm.
With the other.
Mm-hmm. So easy coming, easy going. So
Yeah.
there's a vicious circle here. Okay.
Yeah.
Enormous amounts are spent
Just
on. Yes.
sorry, is
Please.
it the other or the other? I don't remember
The
the
other.
rule exactly.
The other.
The other.
Yes.
When after this we have uh,
A word starting with a
yes,
vowel.
vowel. Yes,
Yes.
it should be pronounced as D. Yeah.
Yes, and also it's not just the physical manifestation of that. When in actually pronunciation, you pronounce something as a vowel, because for example, hour starts with H,
Yeah.
but H is silent. And the
Yeah.
opposite, actually, the same is true about university. University starts with U,
Yeah.
but it is not U, it is Ye. So you don't say
Yeah.
the university, you say the university. So
Exactly.
pronunciation matters, not just words or letters.
Yeah. Good.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. And okay, enormous amounts are spent on cancer research and on efforts to cure people suffering from their disease. Okay, spent on cancer research and efforts to cure people suffering from the disease. I think it is clear. So, please.
Okay. Countless valuable lives are lost. In the long run, there's no doubt that everybody would be much better off if smoking were banned altogether.
Mhm. Well, I think tonight your internet is not that stable because I hear your voice with some cuts. But anyway, it is understandable. Yeah. Countless valuable lives are lost, or we say casualties, or actually yes.
Can I change my
Change.
internet just for a second?
Sure. Yes.
you have my wish now?
Yes, I do.
Is it better now?
Mm, it's too soon to make a decision, but to make a
Okay.
judgment actually. Yeah. Let's continue and then I will let you know.
Okay.
All right. So let me see. Where were we? This is the short side. I lost. Okay. So countless valuable lives are lost in the long run, or also you can say in the long term.
Sir.
Yes, there is no doubt that this is a nice structure. There is no doubt that everybody would be much better off. Better off means
Uh, I couldn't find it, I suppose.
it means actually living in better conditions, or even actually
Uh-huh.
happier or richer. You know,
Uh-huh.
have more welfare. If smoking
Yeah.
were banned altogether. Okay. So is that your turn?
That's yours, I suppose.
Oh, okay. Of course, we are not ready for such drastic action. So drastic means immediate. Do you remember take the bull
Yeah.
by the horns?
Yeah.
Okay. When you take a decisive action in a difficult situation. Okay, please continue.
But if the governments of the world were honestly concerned about the welfare of their people, it has a S. That's really surprising. You
Uh,
would think they would conduct aggressive anti-smoking campaigns.
okay. So let
Aggressive,
me aggressive.
aggressive.
Mhm. But if the governments of the world were honestly concerned about or worried about the welfare of their peoples, it has an S because it refers to people of different nations. That's why we have governments of the world. It doesn't refer to one government. It refers to different governments throughout the world
Yeah.
governing different nations. So when people is pluralized, it refers to different races, different, let's say, colors, cultures. The
Mhm.
diversity of cultures is usually, uh, let's say, accentuated or emphasized.
Yeah.
You would think that they would conduct aggressive anti-smoking campaigns. Alright, so far from it, the
Okay.
tobacco industry. Is that my turn?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. The tobacco industry is allowed to spend staggering sums on advertising. Staggering means noticeable, so much
Yeah.
on advertising, and the rest is clear. So please.
Did you have my voice?
Yes.
Uh, it is advertising. It's advertising in an insidious as it is dishonest. We are never shown pictures of real smokers coughing up their lungs early in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And insidious means
Something that spreads gradually without being noticed,
mhm.
and it
treacherous.
causes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Treacherous means actually uh, something that is not pleasant, but it happens, let's say, opportunistically and usually in a concealed way,
Mhm.
and insincere.
Yeah.
Um, so, coughing up their lungs early in the morning. Okay, that would never do. The advertisements always depict virile, clean-shaven young men. Virile means manly and
Yeah. Masculine.
masculine, yes. Even we have a word machismo. Let me see.
Machismo.
It's male behavior that emphasizes how brave. Yes, machismo. machismo. It refers to
MACHISO.
yes, machismo. Machismo. Yeah, it means traditional male behavior that emphasizes how brave, strong, and sexually attractive a man is. Mm-hmm. It's advertising insidious. Okay. Real smokers coughing up. They suggest that would never do. The advertisements always depict virile, clean-shaven young men. Okay, continue.
They suggest it is manly to smoke, even positively healthy. Smoking is associated with the great open-air life, with beautiful girls, true love, and togetherness.
Okay, what other nonsense? Author here means
Author means complete. Complete.
yes, very good. As an adjective means complete, and what about as a verb?
Changing, comprehensively.
No, that is alter.
Author.
Alter.
Yeah.
Author
I don't
means verbalize, vocalize. Say something in words. Use your tongue.
Yeah.
And the noun is utterance. Means something that you say.
Yeah.
All right. For a start, governments could begin by banning all cigarette and tobacco advertising and should then conduct anti-smoking advertising campaigns of their own. Okay, this is just a repetition of what has been said. Continue, please.
Yeah. Smoking should be banned in all public places like theaters, cinemas, and restaurants. Great efforts should be made to inform young people, especially of dire consequences of taking up the habit.
Yes. Dire consequences means
Actually, extremely serious or terrible consequences.
negative sides and negative consequences. Take up the habit means actually strengthening, fortifying the habit.
Yeah.
Reinforcing the habit. For habit we say we use reinforce. Okay. A horrific warning, say picture of a death's head should be included in every packet of cigarettes that is sold. Terrifying. Horrific means terrifying and horrifying even. Warning. Say. What does say here means?
Maybe it's not. It's showing that the further sentence should be set to the smoker as the title on the packet.
Say means, for example.
Okay.
Yeah. Say in Persian we say
Common?
to gui.
Oh, it's literal. Huh?
Yes, but it is used even actually in writing and in today's writing.
And what is the
Means
role
such
of
as.
dasher? Yeah.
Pardon?
What is the role of dash here?
It's just actually a part of the sentence that could be omitted. You know, it's not actually a basic part of the sentence. A picture of a death's head. You know, say a picture of a death's head that could be omitted. You know, in Persian we say جمله معترضه.
Yeah.
Okay.
There should be dash in both sides of the sentence.
Pardon? I didn't hear you.
I said that it's necessary to put two dashes on two
Yes.
sides of.
This is the most, let's say, typical way of showing that that part of the sentence could be omitted and it's not an integral part of the sentence, using hyphens and dash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I?
And
No, that's mine.
okay.
Should be included in every packet of cigarette that is sold. As individuals, we are
Individual.
certainly individuals, we are certainly weak. But if governments acted honestly and courageously, they could protect us from ourselves.
Mhm.